Hello, my friends. My name is Dadcraft73, and welcome back to another episode from the truly Bedrock Let's Play server. Oh, man. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're taking care of yourself, and you're doing all right. That is for sure and for certain. Hey, today I am about ready to go through that portal right there and go rake in some sand because I am short on sand and I need some. But I've decided that we're going to put something in place to help the other people that come out here. Now, this is a spot you might not see very often on the server. This spot is, through this portal, is where the sand gathering area is. So we have to run down this two ridiculously long tunnels to get here. The problem is, again, and I continue to cry about this unbreaking bug. So if you have unbreaking on your tools and you insta-mine stuff, you get ghost blocks, or like it doesn't mine the block, and oh, it makes you crazy. So what that means is, much like me, all of the members of Truly Bedrock are like rolling around with like multiple copies of every tool so they can do some resource gathering. So what we're going to do is put in just a little repair station here in the nether, and maybe that'll stop folks from having to run back and forth so much. I mean, I'm going to have to go AFK at some point around this thing to get it to process all the stuff, but, you know, it'll be alright. Here, let's go, yeah, that'll work. Okay. Let's get one of these. Let's go, like, so we want to do one more here. Okay. Alright, so we'll go like this. We'll put a chest down like so. Let's put a hopper into that chest. Yeah, that'll work. And then we're going to just sit on top of that, a furnace, and then we are going to put a hopper up here, I guess. Sure. All right, and then let's stand up on a block, and then we'll put a chest up here like so. Yeah, that'll work. All right, and then we're going to take this remaining hopper and run it into the side like so. Okay, now, this, we're using that, I don't know if bug's the right term, but there's an issue, or there's a thing in Bedrock where the XP that gets stored can be used over and over again by smelting one additional item. So we're going to take advantage of that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that whole thing, but I'll tell you what I do not like. I don't like the fact that there's a bug out there that, in my opinion, is somewhat game-breaking. Unbreaking should be unbreaking. Oh, hello. And you should be able to go and mine all the stuff you want to with an unbreaking tool as opposed to having trouble. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, so I just put a whole bunch of coal in there. I know some of you will get all riled up that I'm using coal because you're all like, hey, you should be using something besides coal. But I don't have anything besides coal. So, oh, you know what I was going to do? We're going to make this just one chest. Yeah. I mean, if someone wants to add on to it down the road, I guess they can. But let's just make it one. Okay, and then we can go and fill some of this stuff back in. There we go. All right, so that's just a little cleaner. And I didn't have more than one chest full of fish. So we're going to put all of that in there and let that start doing its deal. Then I got to find my fish one. Yeah, here. And then we'll grab up all of this fish and stick it in that double chest up top. And now what we have to wait for is for this thing to fill itself up. And I'm just using raw fish. I went AFK over there, my fish farm, squid farm, for a little while, and just was raking it in. You know the deal. Raking it in. Okay. Alright, so we're going to put all of that in there like so. Perfect. Now that will start cooking and doing its deal. We can put this there. And then I think what I'm going to do is take this coal with me. There's a limit to my charity. Alright, so there we go. So that thing is going to be fired up now. That'll be awesome. We grab up these. These should be empty. Yeah. And now I'm going to go grab a bunch of sand. So I just wanted to do that real quick. Nothing too fancy there. We're just going to get a little bit of experience and be able to pop into the nether and repair our tools. Now, the reason why I'm doing this in the nether and not in the overworld is we're way outside, sort of like the border that we have that is safe from being pruned. So every month or so, Foxy comes and he prunes the overworld just to try to reduce the size of the server, right? The amount of space that the server is taking up. And but the nether part of that is inside those sort of pruned ranges. So this won't get pruned, the outside will. So we're just going to leave this set right here. We just need to let it do its deal. It's going to take a little while. I mean, a lot longer than I want it to, but that's just kind of be the way it's going to be. We just have to hang out and wait. So I'm going to go and start raking in some sand, and then we'll come back in a little bit and finish the rest of our episode. I'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, my friends, we are back. Oh, man, it's been a while since that last clip. I was out in the wilds of Minecraft. Hey, do you ever do that? Like, go far, far away from your base, and it feels like you're out literally in the middle of nowhere, where civilization is like a gazillion blocks away? Oh, man. I mean, I'm way out there. I don't know, 9,000 blocks from, like, where I'm at right now. More than that, maybe. I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood. But anyway, I made it worth my while. Before I went out there, I made a whole bunch of shovels. I just burned, like, all of my ancient debris and spent a whole bunch of diamonds. But now I have 8 regular shovels, and then I've got the flint farmer, which is specific for flint, which seems to be fine. I don't need any more than that. But what I was able to gather up, so here are my gravel supplies. I have an entire double chest. I have almost a second double chest, and then I've got 8 shulker boxes. These, other than this one, everything else is full. These are all clear full of gravel. I was putting some in there. So 8 shulker boxes, so that's what, 4 double chests of gravel approximately, plus another 2, so 10 double chests of gravel. Now, between the episodes, I'm going to spend the same amount of time and get that much sand. I mean, I have a good bit of sand already. I've got a double chest and another half. So I need like 9 shulker boxes of sand, and then I should be good for a while from like a concrete standpoint. I won't have to go out and do any more farming. Okay, so speaking of farming and concrete and such, I do have some materials ready to go over to the diamond tree. We are not going to spend the rest of the episode over there. I feel like we've spent a long time over there, and I like the idea of kind of like switching between projects so you don't get too burned out. But it's sort of like, I'm telling you what, Foxy has ruined me. I thought I liked Foxy. He was a good guy. I really liked him, and then he put these dang mini blocks on the server, and I'm 100% addicted to him 24 hours a day. Like, all I think about is like, oh, where's the Wandering Trader at right now? What amazing blocks does he have that I can get from him? I need them right now. And then, when he does spawn, it's like, you need sponges. And I have to run all over the server back and forth like a crazy person trying to get a couple sponges. Oh, man. But let me tell you what, boy, I've been out there farming them. Oh, yeah, look at all my mini blocks. Look at them. So we've got blue concrete. I'm just going to give you some highlights. Look, bubble coral. I've got brain coral. Look, there's the 2 corals. I've got an enchanting table. I've got hay bales, sponges, nether wart blocks, a couple different kinds of leaves. These are the ones. I gave Jesse some of those. Some clay, birch, and dark oak, and soul soil, snow. Oh man, that's all I would do. If that Wandering Trader was like up all the time, or he like reset his trades, I would literally be using him 24 hours a day and running all over the world, collecting all the different parts I need to get the mini blocks. Oh, I can't even tell you how addicted I am. This is why stuff like that can't be entered into games. Back when I used to play World of Warcraft. Like, I was like hardcore. I mean, like, hardcore. And I wanted that. Do you remember? I don't know if maybe you didn't play World of Warcraft, but in one of the expansions, they made all these different mounts that you could collect by doing different things, like where your player could ride on them, right? And if you got 100 mounts, you got an achievement, and then you got like a special mount. And it was my life's dream to get 100 mounts, so I did everything. Oh man, and that's exactly what these days. There's like 100. I think Foxy said 160, 158. Oh man, I'm gonna go crazy. Oh, anyway, I'm gonna head over to the diamond tree. I've got Blue Jay sent me a message on Discord a minute ago and said, hey, do you have any more of that good flint? He wants it for, I guess, his gold farm, I guess. Whatever. Alright, so here's what I've got going on. Here's my villager breeder, And we've got to do a little bit of work around here related to this thing. Because I took the nether portal out because I hated coming into from the nether and showing up in this little area where I had to like open doors and I couldn't get out. So the whole idea here was to make this so we could take the babies and transport them in to the nether instead. But that's not going to work for us, and we're not going to do that anymore. So what we're going to do is I'm going to build down here. I was looking maybe this area right here in this general vicinity. I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to make a little trading hall. And we're just going to move some villagers in there. I don't think I'm going to do... They might just be in there rolling around, because one of the other issues... One of the other issues that you encounter when you are a mini-block crazed maniac like I am is that emeralds are in short supply. I know lots of people have like raid farms and villager trading and all this kind of stuff at their bases, but man, no one's selling emeralds, and I was out. But now I've got some. Look, I have 54. And that was after doing a little bit of trading. Because I remembered back here at the base, I had these guys sitting over here. These dudes right here. And I could trade with them. And that's exactly what I did. The farmer, he accepts some good stuff. This other dude is like, I don't know what he is. He's a, whatever this is, smith. And he has some good stuff, and I was raking in diamonds. So now I have a supply of diamonds for my own use, but I really want to get some villager trading going. I want to use my villager breeder to its full, and I know I just spent like 5 minutes rambling on about all of that stuff, but man, those mini blocks, they have taken over my life, and now everything that I want to do in Minecraft is related to those raggedy mini blocks, man. Oh. Anyway, so over here, much like our panda room that we made, we are going to dig ourselves a little bit of a area here in sort of the bottom of the world, right? So my idea is we're going to do decorative stuff eventually at the top of the base. Down here is going to be all sort of like working around kind of stuff. So if we need to, come check on Pandawan, who is super happy in there, he's loving it in there, or trade with some villagers or whatever, we'll be down here. Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to get to work on this. I'm going to dig out a big area. I'll bring you back in just a second. It's just going to be like a hall, just a square, rectangle. And then we'll figure out how we're going to decorate it, how we're going to make it look cool. And then we're going to get some villagers bred up and moved over there. It's going to be amazing. I'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, my friends, we are back. Okay, so I've got an area dug out here. I'm going to use a design. I hope it still works. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, but it's from Silent Whisperer. I'll make sure I'll put a link to that tutorial in the description box down below. That's the one that I'm going to follow. We'll see how it ends up working. But so the first thing I did is I got myself a chunk. So this is 16 by 16. You see, we start with one here, and we go all the way up to 16. So this is a single chunk, and then I dug just a little bit out around this side and the front side. So this is going to be the area for the villager breeder. I wanted to bring you back and show you that real quick. I also need to actually start breeding a couple villagers. So now I'm a little worried about the distance. In Silent's tutorial, he mentioned that if that it should be a lot further away than what we're going to be. But, we're going to hope for the best. He said there's maybe some potential with some delinking problems, something like that. So, we're going to do the best we can, I guess. Okay, don't put that there. Okay. All right, so let's open this. We've got to find some stuff to feed the villagers. Here is this. That's some potatoes. That might be enough. We're going to just see if I can get them started. I may have to go out and harvest a bunch of potatoes, but that's not a big deal. We got the crazy farm out there. We could just run out and rake in a ton of them if we need to, or any other item for that matter. All right, let's open this. All right, we're going to go up here. We're going to throw them some food. Let's hope now we should see some hearts. Yes, that's very good. Close this up. And we should see a baby come carting out here in a minute, right? Then he's going to get deposited right there. And I just heard a little baby, I think. Yeah, okay. So we know the villager breeder works like a dream. And then we're going to let him grow up while we're messing around with some other stuff. I guess maybe we should feed this guy a little bit more, but at least we know that our villager breeder still works, and then we're just going to be able to get a minecart and drag them over to our new trading hall. Okay, so I just want to bring you back and give you a little status update to let you know that we're still working on this. I've got to figure out decoration, but I'm going to build the base. I'm going to follow Silent's tutorial and build that. I'm just digging out the ceiling. I want a little bit more height in here, so I'm going to get that finished. I'm going to start laying out the trading hall, and you know how it works. I'll bring you back for some status updates. I'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, my friends, we are back. Alright, I've been taking care of some business. I've bred up a couple villagers. Looks like they're getting ready to give me one more, I think. I think I can have up to 4 villagers plus those 2. I had to just wait for that to happen really quick. Okay, making some white glass because I need that for the build. Let me go up here while I'm thinking about it and throw this lever. Yeah, there's another baby. So we have 4 villagers plus those 2 guys over there. So once I start moving these out, I think I'll be able to get some more. And I've got my little room taken care of. It's nothing too crazy, but I did decide to use a little bit of glazed terracotta. This is white clay that's been cooked in the furnace, and then you sort of have to work. So you have to sort of like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like you start here, and then you go like this, and then like this, and like this, to make these all point in the same direction. That's one of the sort of sketchy things about glazed terracotta. But I'm happy with this room. We got to do some work on the walls. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do here and figure out something for the ceiling. I have a little bit of headroom. You can see it looks like I have 1 block. I made this thing 7 blocks tall because the cells for the villagers was 6 blocks tall. So I'm actually following Silent Whisper's tutorial line by line, so I'm actually on the step where I need to build 9 more of these things that look exactly the same. But these are pretty simple if you think about it. So what happens is there's a detector rail or a activator rail that's going to eject the villager into these little cells whenever we run it down the minecart, which is pretty awesome. We'll be able to do that for him, and then he's going to fall down here and land on this little wooden pressure plate, which will activate this crazy redstone contraption here and end up pushing this piston forward, right? So it'll push this half slab forward, and then he'll have a roof on him, so nothing can come into the top, and then this trap door prevents stuff from getting him, and we can shut it down and all kinds of good stuff. So that's one of the cells. I need to build a bunch more of these. I got to build 9 more. I don't know how to build this crooked one here that's on the corner. I will figure that out here in a little bit. And then I've also got to find, I guess, some workstations for these guys. Got to get that squared away. So let me, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to build the rest of these trading bays or cells, however you want to call them. You can waterlog trapdoors. That's why that works like that. It's a dream. Anyway, let me get back to work and get all these done. I'll bring you back with another status update. I've also got to figure out what kind of villagers I want. I think what I want, I was sort of thinking about this between the clips when I was in here working, and I think what I want is a mixture of, because I'm not super worried about getting books. I mean, I sort of want good books. Maybe like, some mending books would be nice. So I'm thinking about an efficiency 5 mending would probably be all that I would ever need from a book standpoint, I think. But I would like to be able to get tons of emeralds, which is really the reason I'm making this breeding thing, as we talked about earlier, because of my addiction and the fact that, the diamond tree might be able to sell some emeralds. Especially when people are out doing crazy stuff. But anyway, so I'm thinking maybe I'll have 2 of the librarians, and then that gives me 9 more. And I think what I'm going to have is 4 smiths and 5. Yeah, so like 1, 2. So if I have 2 librarians for mending and efficiency 5. Maybe another one for unbreaking. Do I want unbreaking? Not until they fix the bug. So maybe just 2. So 2 librarians, and then 1, 2, 3 smiths, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 farmers. I think that's going to be good. That way we can trade the crops that we grow and all that kind of stuff in for emeralds. We can, if it's a smith, we can trade things like flint and coal and stuff like that to villagers. Oh man, it's amazing. And iron. Yeah. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get back to work and do what I need to as far as building these bays, and I'll bring you back on the other side. We'll take a look at them. We'll figure out how to build this one, and then I guess we got to put in the rails, and we should be good to go from there. So let me do all that stuff, and I'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, my friends, we are back. Okay, Well, I mean, I think I've got this thing built. It looks pretty sweet. I just threw some temporary lights up there. I might actually make that the ceiling, just so nothing can spawn up there. I don't think it will. I tried to cover, but I guess a baby zombie could maybe spawn up there. So maybe we'll make this the ceiling, just at that level. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to use. Maybe some diorite or something. Then we got to figure out the walls. We got a little bit of space, but not a whole lot. So we're going to get all that done at some point. But right now I just wanted to get some light in there just so we could see what's going on. But all the cells are built. Even this weird one here at the corner. Everything has been put water in. I think we're in good shape. So now the only thing that I need to do, and I hope I have enough rails. I think I do. And I've got almost a stack of rails, but I've got to take this all the way over there. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go like so, a couple more powered, and then like so. Okay, now let's make me a couple levers. And can we put a lever here? Yeah, we can put a lever there, put a lever here, power all these. And then, let's see, let's actually go like so. Don't be lava. I'll put a thing there to power that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is when I'm ready, I'm going to put a bucket of water in this corner, and hopefully that'll push all those guys down there. Okay. So this should go now. We just got to power the rest of these rails, and we should be good to go to get our first guy in there. Okay. All right. We should be in good shape. All right, I'm a little nervous. I hate dealing with villagers, but we'll just get one at a time. Where's my shulker box that has my minecarts in it? We'll just get one at a time to start with. Let's not get all crazy, but we're going to do this. We're going to try to do this on camera. Do I have my water bucket? I do. Okay. All right, let's go over here. We didn't really end up needing to use any of that stuff, did we? All right, let's go up here like so. Maybe down a smidge. All right, and then we'll get our water bucket, and we're going to try to get it on that back wall. Oh, you know what we could do maybe? Since this doesn't have a roof on it anymore, maybe we can go like so. Okay. Super delicate operation, but we're going to put it right there. That should push all of these guys down in the corner. Okay. All right, and then we're going to turn this off, and then we're going to try this, see if this works. Okay, that's not working. Okay. Let's see how we need to rig this up so it does work. I can't put a rail down? No. Okay. Put this there, maybe. Okay. I hear a cat. Alright, we need to see if we can't figure out how to get those guys in there. That would be awesome if they would want to go in here. I'm afraid... Oh, maybe this. No, that's probably not a good idea. We don't want to burn them up or cause any obsidian to get formed. Okay, how are we going to figure out how to get these guys in there? Let me do that, a little bit of work to figure that out, and I'll be back with you in just a second. Alrighty, my friends, we are back. Alright, so I've been moving villagers. I've moved 2 so far. I don't want to move any more than that because I've got to just figure stuff out. It's a little bit harder than it might seem. Oh, we did get another baby. That's awesome. Looks like they had some ready to produce another baby. So that'll be 5 total villagers. But anyway, so I was able to figure out how to get the villagers in the minecart. I just extended this water stream back a couple blocks. That way it ends right there. So I just turned my power off here. Turn it off. Back the minecart in with a villager standing there, and they get picked up, and I just turn the power back on and give them a little bump, and then they go carting all the way over here, up the little thing, and into the trading hall. So I've got my first two, what are these guys? These are, I always want to say cleric for whatever reason, these librarians. And this guy, they both have essentially the same trade, okay? This guy is linked to this lectern, this guy to this one, so now we can break this lectern like so. He should convert back. This guy's still doing his deal. And then we put this in. And then we can check his trades again. He's got the same trade. So we're going to just repeat this process over and over again. Now he'll swap back. Yep. Yeah, so here we got channeling 1. So none of these are anything that we really care about at the moment. We just have to keep doing this process. And if you've ever messed with villagers on any version of the game... Hello? Is it like nighttime now or something and you don't want to swap back over? Ah, yeah, you did. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Back to this raggedy bookcase. So, if you mess with villagers on any version of the game, this process should not be new to you. It's something you have to keep doing over and over again until you find the villager that's got the enchanted book that you want. In our case, it's mending. We want a mending villager, and then we also want a... I think we want a efficiency 5 villager if we can get one. So that's what we're trying to get. So I will say, when you have two villagers that are connected to the same sort of lecterns, it's actually you have to be careful because there for a while this guy was cross-connected. So he was connected to this one and this one. It was a nightmare. But anyway, so there's protection 4. I mean, we're getting some decent trades, just not anything that we really want as of yet. I got to be really careful. I hit this guy earlier. I punched him in the nose because I was trying to break the lectern. Let's see. Yeah, back to this bookcase trade. So this is what I'm going to be doing for the next little while. I was hoping maybe that we would, sometimes when you're recording, you get lucky and you get the trade that you want. Punch. All right, let's do it. Let's do it 2 more times, and then I'll just keep doing it off camera. Okay, there's that. We're actually setting the lectern on top of that lever that's right there. It's going to be nighttime somewhat soon. I've placed the bed to make this a village over here behind the way, so that should be okay. It might be past the time that he's going to keep linking, so I may have to wait and sleep through the night and then do this whole process again. Maybe, I don't know. So we didn't get him. We didn't get him to. Oh yeah, he did connect finally. Oh dang, bookcase guy. All right, let's do one more time on camera, and then I will just continue doing this until we get the ones that we want. And then I've got to get some more villagers bred, and it's just going to be a big process. But I think this is going to be plenty. We're just going to get them in here sort of one at a time. All right, there's that. That's at the bookshelf. Let's do it one more time, and then one more time, and then one more time. Okay, let's go like so, and put that there. So once we get these guys set up the way we want to, we're going to bring more villagers in, and we're going to make some of them smiths, right? And then the rest of them farmers, I think is my plan. Let's see. Stop giving me this bookcase trade, guy. Come on, hook me up with something. Oh, dang. I should use the axe on this, but I don't want to hit him. If I hit him with that axe, he may be very sad. Maybe I could chop it sideways just to clear it off a little bit faster. Come on, change one more time before it gets to be nighttime. So this is what I'm going to be doing for the next while until this is all done. And then I think I should probably make sure that I have, that everything's good over here. I mean, these guys, I could bring another one over, but there's really no point. This is just something that I'm going to have to be working on now for a while. Let's see what we got. We got the bookcase again. Let's break it with an axe this time. That is a little bit faster. Put that back. So I'm just going to be doing this and try to, so I can get mending and efficiency. I heard like a bad noise. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll spend a little bit of time just cleaning up around here. This is an old mine shaft. This is super dangerous. We do not want this to be open because I don't want mobs to come walking down the way. Same thing was here. So this is the old mine shaft that we had back in our branch mining days. Let's go here. Come on. Fire aspect. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing that over and over again, and I'm going to see if I can't get the ones that I want. This guy, I've got to get this guy done first, and then we can work on that dude and kind of go from there. I'm not sure I'm too worried. I mean, I guess I should be worried, but I'm not super worried about getting them converted into zombies. I know that you get this huge decrease in trade. I think what we can do is set up like a deal where we have like a sacrificial villager that gets turned into a zombie, and then once we cure him, all the villagers around here are super happy with us, and we get super good trades. So maybe we'll work on that, but in the meantime, I'm going to keep on trying to get these trades knocked out, and then I'll bring you back in just a second. Alrighty, my friends, we're back. Okay, man, I've been doing some trading. I ended up thinking I needed another lectern villager. I have a little bit of a problem, and I'm not sure exactly how to address it. My villager over there, that guy that's hopping up and down, has decided that he wants to link to this lectern. Now, if I break it here like this, like so, right? I want this guy to change into one of these dudes. That would be amazing. But I don't know if he will, because I think that villager over there, for whatever reason, that guy jumping up and down, he likes that guy. I don't know. I may have to cart these away. I'm a little nervous. I'm not sure exactly how to solve it. I bet Silent will know. I will ask him how to get that fixed. But that's my current predicament. It's a little bit of a problem because I don't know how to address that. He's a fire protection guy. But so if I break the lectern, let's just go over here. We gotta finish this episode. We've been messing around with this for quite a few hours. But we have the start of a trading hall. We just have to address this issue or this problem where villagers who are not over here in the trading hall, because I think those are too close. Oh wait, no, he did link. Oh, you're this guy now? You're a Smite guy? That makes me super happy. Let me put this back. That guy shouldn't be... I mean, he's got to switch his profession at some point. Hopefully he will. Are you going to you're going to come back? Anyway, so while we're waiting to see what happens to this guy, we got some weirdness. I may have to like set up a minecart rail and skate them way far away. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly Lincoln. So what are you now? You're an Unbreaking 2 guy. Well, that's pretty close. Anyway, so what I've got now is I've got a Silk Touch and a Mending. I wasn't going to do another one, but then I decided that I really needed Unbreaking. And I couldn't pass up Soak Touch. Soak Touch for 8 emeralds, man. And if we get him oh, man, we're going to be raking it in. Yeah, let's see. Come on. Give me something good. Smite. I don't know what that is. Anyway, man, I'm pretty happy so far. I'm going to be working on this between the episodes. My #1 goal is to get villagers all in here. I need to talk to Silent about village distances, I think. I want to say these guys have to go, like, very far away. Maybe, and then they'll lose their professions. Those guys up there are locked in, so I don't know where he thinks he's doing, but he is not anything at the moment. He's not what he seems to be. Anyway, I'm pretty happy. Silent had a great idea. We figured out how to move our villagers. We got ourselves a cool little trading hall. We got to protect it, make sure no zombies come in. I got to do a little bit of work in here, and I'll have plenty of time while I'm waiting to try to work through all these different trades. Oh, man. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Until next time, please remember to be cool. Don't be a fool. And from my Truly Bedrock Let's Play series, I guess we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.